Amelia Earhart's final flight on July 2, 1937, has captivated millions. Early that morning, Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan left New Guinea en route to Howland Island. But as hours passed, communication with their Lougheed Electra became erratic. Earhart's distress calls grew desperate, and her last radio transmission revealed confusion and panic. Experts analyzing her final messages conclude that Earhart and Noonan were hopelessly off course, running low on fuel, and ultimately doomed. Aviation historians carefully dissect these final transmissions, noting Earhart's increasing desperation as she repeatedly attempted to locate the minuscule Howland Island. Her navigational aids, including faulty compasses and radio direction finders, exacerbated the chaos of their journey. Tragically, Earhart's voice on the radio became increasingly faint, signaling her inevitable descent into the vast, unforgiving Pacific Ocean. These transmissions haunted listeners who realized too late the gravity of her perilous situation. Detailed reconstructions of these final moments suggest Earhart attempted emergency maneuvers, possibly crash landing in a desperate bid for survival. Despite rescue attempts, no immediate traces of Earhart, Noonan, or their plane were found, intensifying the mystery and feeding wild speculations. Decades later, researchers still scrutinize these final transmissions, hoping that modern technology might decode hidden clues. Some speculate that Earhart's final communications indicate she might have sighted another island, raising theories about alternate crash sites and potential survival scenarios. Yet despite extensive searches, no definitive evidence emerged immediately following her disappearance. Eyewitness accounts from neighboring islands reported unusual sightings around the time of her disappearance, but these leads were initially ignored or dismissed as unreliable. Only recent analysis has lent credibility to these testimonies, offering chilling new perspectives on the tragic fate of Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan. The devastating realization is that their desperate final hours were marked by panic, confusion, and isolation, a harrowing conclusion for two pioneering aviators who captured the imagination of the world. Nicomoro Island, once considered insignificant, has emerged as the sinister key to Earhart's disappearance. Recent expeditions uncovered artifacts including personal items and airplane components consistent with Earhart's plane. More hauntingly, human bones were discovered, initially disregarded decades earlier, now believed by forensic experts to likely belong to Earhart herself. Evidence suggests Earhart and Noonan survived the initial crash only to endure a grim struggle for survival. Forensic teams meticulously analyzed these bones, concluding they belonged to a Caucasian woman matching Earhart's height and build. Even more chillingly, items such as a woman's compact mirror, a jar of freckle cream, and fragments of footwear matching Earhart's size were uncovered, painting a vivid, heartbreaking picture of her final days. Researchers theorized that Earhart and Noonan managed to survive initially, enduring scorching sun, relentless hunger and thirst, and desperately scanning the horizon for rescue that never came. As explorations continued, more unsettling evidence surfaced, including improvised campsites and scattered survival gear, pointing towards a prolonged and desperate effort to stay alive. Remains of fires, fish bones, and turtle shells indicate that Earhart and Noonan attempted to survive by whatever means available. Tragically, as weeks passed without rescue, their strength and hope likely waned, leaving them vulnerable to the harsh island environment. Researchers now believe that Earhart may have survived for several weeks or even months, documenting her experiences in a lost journal. In the days following Amelia Earhart's disappearance on July 2, 1937, radio operators across the Pacific reported receiving distress signals believed to be from Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan. These transmissions, though fragmented and faint, painted a harrowing picture of a duo stranded and in dire need of rescue. One notable instance involved a young girl named Betty Clank in Florida who documented hearing a woman pleading for help, mentioning a location that aligns with Nicomoro Island. Modern analysis suggests that these signals were not mere coincidences. They likely originated from Earhart's aircraft which, if true, indicates that she managed an emergency landing and survived for a brief period. The tragedy lies in the misinterpretation and dismissal of these signals at the time, leading to missed opportunities for a timely rescue. Archaeological expeditions to Nicky Morrow Island have unearthed artifacts that hint at the presence of a castaway during the late 1930s. Items such as a woman's compact, a zipper pull, and remnants of a shoe consistent with Earhart's known footwear suggest that she might have survived on the island after her plane went down. Additionally, evidence of makeshift shelters and fire pits indicates attempts at survival. These findings, coupled with the island's proximity to Earhart's last known location, lend credence to the theory that she lived as a castaway before eventually succumbing to the elements. A photograph discovered in the U.S. National Archives ignited debates among historians and enthusiasts. The image, taken on a dock in Jalawat Atoll, part of the Marshall Islands, appears to show a Caucasian woman and man resembling Earhart and Noonan, with a Japanese vessel in the background carrying an object resembling Earhart's Lockheed Electra. Despite the excitement, experts urged patience, noting that sonar images can sometimes be misleading and their definitive identification would require more detailed imaging and ideally physical retrieval of the object. The initial excitement surrounding the sonar discovery was tempered in November 2024 when further analysis revealed that the object was in fact a natural rock formation. Deep Sea Vision's follow-up expedition, equipped with high-resolution imaging technology, conclusively identified the anomaly as geological rather than man-made. This revelation was a significant setback for the team and the global community invested in uncovering Earhart's fate. Tony Romeo expressed profound disappointment but remained resolute in his commitment to the search. The incident highlighted the inherent challenges and uncertainties of deep-sea exploration, where initial findings can often lead to false hopes. Despite the myriad theories and investigations, Amelia Earhart's fate remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Her legacy, however, transcends her disappearance. Earhart's pioneering spirit, courage, and determination have inspired generations of aviators and adventurers. Her story underscores the relentless human pursuit of exploration and the enduring quest for answers. As technology advances and new evidence emerges, the hope of unraveling the mystery of her final flight remains alive, a testament to the indomitable curiosity that Earhart herself embodied. The quest to locate Amelia Earhart's aircraft has significantly benefited from advancements in technology. Modern sonar systems, autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, and deep-sea submersibles have enabled explorers to scan vast areas of the ocean floor with unprecedented precision. High-resolution imaging and satellite mapping have also facilitated the identification of potential search areas. Despite these technological leaps, the search remains daunting due to the immense expanse of the Pacific Ocean and the depths involved. The integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning in analyzing sonar data holds promise for future searches, potentially increasing efficiency and accuracy.